There are always some games that pass unobserved by the big gaming media or just inexplicably get a bad reputation or simply don't sell enough copies, but because these games are actually pretty well designed, they manage to gain some fans after they come out. For today's video, we tried to find the most underrated PS4 games. We based our decisions on several aspects: story, graphics, controls, and last but not least, player opinion. Get ready for our top 10 list for underrated PS4 games. You might even want to buy some if you haven't heard about them yet. Metro Redux is a pack of two Metro games, Last Light and 2033. In a mutant-infested Russia, you have to use makeshift weapons in order to defend yourself in the metro corridors of Moscow. This game has well-balanced gameplay, 60 frames per second, and beautiful graphics, and on top of all that, there's a pretty great story. You'll get immersed in the plotline really quickly, and you'll get the full FPS experience, a totally unique one compared to other shooting games available on the market. A movie turned into a game is usually regarded as a bad decision, and the outcome is generally expected to be even worse. But this isn't the case when it comes to Mad Max. This one perfectly recreates the utterly chaotic yet desolate atmosphere of the movie. It has the explosions, car crashes, it's pumped up with action, and will not let you get bored while playing. Even though the story is not the greatest one in gaming history, the gameplay and the beautifully designed universe are the features that best stand out. Shovel Knight is a 2D 8-bit platformer in which the main character that the game is named after has to jump over obstacles and fight enemies with a shovel. Even though it received good reviews from gaming media, it managed to only sell 1.2 million copies in the first year after its release. This subpar sales performance is what made us include it on our list. Its strong point is definitely the feeling of nostalgia it brings to the table, but also its very good controls and the secret items found throughout its levels. It has a good level of replayability and an overall pleasant gameplay experience. Unique in nature, Hand of Fate is a role-playing game that masterfully manages to mix collectible card game mechanics with combat scenes. You're an adventurer that receives cards from a dealer that also happens to be the villain of the game, spoiler alert. In order to pass all the 13 bosses in story mode, you have to constantly customize and enhance your deck. Every time you receive a card, an event unveils and the dealer has to resolve it. If the card is a monster, then the fighting part of the game begins, and the player has to defeat it using the game controls as they're given. Being so one-of-a-kind and entertaining, it's a pity that Hand of Fate wasn't really more popular. An open-world action-adventure game where Delson, the main character, has to fight the Department of Unified Protection. The player can use his or her superpowers to travel across the fictional city of Seattle and to defeat various enemies. The player progress is based on the choices that the character makes, whether to kill or not to kill certain NPCs, for example. These options will directly be affecting the player's karma points. Even though the story hasn't evolved compared to the previous games of the infamous series, the graphics, the controls, and the overall gameplay are its strong points. Dying Light is an open-world, first-person zombie apocalypse game set in the city of Haran. The player has to fight off infested people in order to survive. The gameplay, however, focuses mainly on traversing the city using some insane parkour skills, and you'll need to put those skills to work in order to gather resources and do quests. All of this while constantly needing to defend yourself from the horde of zombies using melee weapons. There are 100 such weapons available, and if you count the ones that you can craft, the number goes up to about 1,000. So we can safely say that the action and gameplay are very well developed in Dying Light. What's nice is that it adds a bit more action and diversity compared to the other zombie-themed games due to the movement mechanics, and this is why it's a game worth trying. Unlike other games based on the Alien movie franchise, this one has the player focus more on stealth. You have to avoid a single alien for the duration of the whole game, and in order to outfox it, you have a flamethrower and a motion tracker as weapons. The finer aspects of this game are its amazing artificial intelligence systems, the atmospheric and original sound design, and the fact that it runs on a proprietary engine. The first-person perspective makes it even more immersive and makes it one of the most spectacular horror games out there. A a deeply emotional puzzle adventure game where you will play as 4 characters who have to help a German soldier find his love. The action takes place during the Great War, and the plot has been inspired by letters dating back to this specific period of time. It's a story about courage, sacrifice, and survival. The graphic style is unique, with dull colors that convey the grim atmosphere of the war. If you want a game that tells the story without massive armed conflicts, weapons, and shootings, then Valiant Hearts: The Great Wars is a go-to experience. Having the liberty to fully create and customize your character in this classless RPG game is one of the coolest features anyone can think of. So, you want to create a melee warrior, but you'd also like it to have magical powers. No problem. While many other games limit your choices in character creation when it comes to classes, Divinity: Original Sin lets you do whatever you want. Of course, the gameplay mechanics are amazing, the universe is complex, and it offers a great sense of immersion in the story. Besides all that we've mentioned, the graphics and the UI are the perfect mortar that hold all these amazing features together. Brothers is a stunningly beautiful adventure game where the player controls 2 brothers that begin a journey in an amazing universe in order to find a cure for their ill father. The game challenges you every time you need to pass an obstacle or lift an object, because you need to work with the 2 boys at the same time, each of them representing one side of the controller, left and right. These types of controls immediately connect you to the characters and their actions and contribute to your emotional attachment to the whole story. Everything from animation, characters, sound design, mechanics, and controls, it's a true masterpiece. And because Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is an example of the perfect marriage between gameplay and story, we think it deserves the #1 spot. There you have it. This was our top 10 list for underrated PS4 games. If you have any other suggestions, or you think one of our titles shouldn't have been included on the list, please let us know in the comments below, as we do read pretty much everything and love hearing from you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, as we do appreciate it and it does help us immensely. Now would also be a good time to encourage you to subscribe to our channel. We upload new videos all the time, so subscribing will keep you up to date with all of our latest stuff. You can check out fraghero.com for more gaming related articles. Until next time, thanks so much for watching and have a great day, guys.